Hello YouTube, Stormblade here, and I have another build. This one is for the point contact cannon brace for the Titan. It just got re-enabled, I think yesterday? Or probably a few days ago by the time this video goes up. But I have somewhat of a build. It works pretty well. It's not quite as consistent as I'd like it to be, so if you have any suggestions on how to maybe change it or make it better, please do let me know down in the comments. This was streamed live on Twitch, which the link will also be in the comments, as well as my Discord if you want to join in for community nights, or just to leave comments on what you think about the videos, or suggest what you would like me to play, and whatever else you may want. Anyways, let's start with the build. So, melee wall maker, and then I'm doing kinetic siphon, radiant light for the buff to strength, double momentum transfer so that then I get more melee energy off my grenade kills. Another melee wall maker, though I don't know, I can't remember if it's I might need. I did have a build and then I tweaked it a little bit. This was originally Bountiful Wells, but now it's Elemental Charge. And then heavy-handed, so that then once I get charged with light, which will be melee wall maker plus elemental charge will give me charged with light, and then heavy-handed will give me half my melee when I use it. And I did figure out this isn't like that other exotic for Titans for shoulder charge that it gives you half of it back. It gives you back energy by the amount of kills that you get. So, and yes, it does stack with heavy-handed. So you can do, you get half back immediately, and then you get energy back based on the amount of kills. You can get like 60 to 70% minimum each time with that. And then the rest is from, like melee wellmaker. You could have another arc piece and use, which mod is it? Use Well of Striking, so that then you get a little more energy. And that would get you like to 80 or 90%. So, and you could also, have very high strength, so that then you can just top it off. You could have tier 10. I just have tier 8 because I focus everything to really resilience. As you can see, I just have one recovery mod just to get that tier 10. So I do like recovery. And we're pairing it obviously with Monte Carlo, so that then we can get our melee back even faster just from damaging. I have a arc 1-2 punch shotgun because arc synergy, and also 1-2 punch to pair with one of the parts of the subclass, and then just an arc sword because also chain reaction. We're kind of going for lightning strikes ish here because that's what the buff of the melee is, and also to get the grenade back because grenade does when we use it feed into the melee. For this, none of this really matters except I'm using storm grenades, which you'll see why in a second, and then Thunderclap, obviously, because we're using the exotic. Touch of Thunder, so that then we have a better grenade, and then Knockout, just to increase our melee damage. So, if you wanted to do big damage, you could probably, damage something, get it critical, and then go and Thunderclap something, so you do more damage. It's not really, needed, though. It's pretty strong. And then we have Spark of Resistance, because if you're going to be punching things, you are going to be up close, so having the extra resistance is nice, plus, extra strength. Spark of Shock, so that then the grenade jolts targets, so that then this does a little more damage, and also to pair with Spark of Ion, so that then we get an Ionic Trace, which gives us ability energy, which does feed back into the melee. And then also Spark of Feedback, so that then when we get hit by something, our melee damage is also increased. So you can... And I'm pretty sure these do stack, that with Knockout. So if we damage something and then we get hit, that'll be 2 increases to our melee plus the charge. So especially while, we're charging it up, if we get hit, that's free extra damage for us. And I'm just using Thunder Crash because Thunder Crash go burger. Then we went over the weapons and the mods. That's pretty much the build. And then I'm going to take it into dares to show how at least fun it is. Even if this isn't the most meta defining build, it is still really fun. So, but yeah, like I said, there's definitely some tweaks you can make to the build if you wanted. You could do you know, like another solar mod, just do Bountiful Wells and get 2 from the melee, and then you can have another arc piece so that then you can get more melee energy. But heavy-handed is really nice. So heavy-handed kind of negates the need for those extra wells just because you get straight up half of it back, and then you also have Monte Carlo, which, I mean, technically you could just go with Monte Carlo, but just, you know, doesn't take as many hits, or you don't have to rely as much on the chance of it refilling as you would if you had to do the whole thing. I might swap out Found Verdict just for, like, a chain reaction grenade launcher, like Salvage or Salvo, and then pair that again with Demolitionist just to help get those grenades back for the Ionic Traces. I'm just trying to think of other things that might help. You could do like a Demolitionist Ikelos, but we're running Monte Carlo, so Double Primary isn't really the best. You can run a Reservoir Burst Plug 1 if you have one. And you don't have to run a Found Verdict if you don't have one. You could run Matador, because I know that has 1-2 punch. And I feel like there's another shotgun that's arc that has 1-2 punch, but I could be mistaken. And then if you wanted to go a different route, you could run some of the new weapons from this season with like Pugilist. You can run like Pugilist with like Volt Shot on some of the arc weapons from this season, so that you can also get the Ionic Traces that way. And get your abilities back faster. And then, you know, that also gives you melee energy back, so. Okay, that missed somehow. Don't know exactly how, but. So I got half my melee back. And that's just like from the grenade damage, which is pretty good. I didn't even have heavy-handed proc, otherwise I would have got my melee back. And then high strength will give it back. So now we wait. We wait. And also in the comments, if you do, you know, end up using this build or like it, please definitely do like the video. Helps me out. Subscribe for more. I don't always do build videos, but whenever I can figure some out, I definitely do my best. They still have the bug where the fucking knockout fucks with it. That does need to be patched. That is one thing that kind of makes this build a little worse than it could. But that should be fixed soon. I don't imagine it would take too long for them to fix. Also, you could probably make this build work in endgame just by doing, like... You could obviously, you know, swap the heavy for something else. And then you could do overload arc nades, because you have the space in your class item. And then also, I think it's barrier auto rifle, so it's overload and barrier both covered. Just using this build. So the lost sectors, it works great. I was doing that earlier. What else? I mean, obviously, you know, you can run extra detonators. I just have a Brazilians mod because I could probably redistribute my mods, and then I could have that on, but it's just I'm not running anything end game right now. I'm just doing dares, so it doesn't matter too much. And obviously, you know, you can customize it to whatever works best for you. Like I said, you can do like a Volt Shot thing, so you don't have to run quite the same quite the same fucking, what's it called, of the fragments that I do. You don't have to do, you know, like the jolting grenades you wouldn't have to do, because then you would have Volt Shot to give them the debuff and jolt them. You could swap it for some other things. I had some other things in mind, but I'm drawing a blank at the moment because I'm trying to multitask. I'm sure you guys understand what I'm trying to say. There are other things that could also synergize with this. But even if it's things like just amplified and stuff. There is unfortunately no, like with Void, how they have... Okay, that should have procced it. Maybe it's inconsistent, I'm not sure. It was working earlier, but it's being weird now. should be tracking there. The one nade gives me back like half my energy. There. Now it worked. Okay. You just have to make sure you get those hits. I think someone just stole the last kill from me. Yep, and that's one problem. I was gonna Thunderclap. Had to add a quick cut because my controller died. Lamau. There's this done. But yeah, you can definitely customize this more as you wish. You can, I think if you do flashbangs, I think you don't need the jolting fragment. I think you're good. I'm not completely sure. So I will definitely I will have a pinned comment if it doesn't work. Or if it does or doesn't work. So definitely check the comments to see if you can run like flashbang grenades if you don't want to run storm grenades, even though storm grenades are like goated right now. Jolting storm grenades actually do such good damage when you use it with like Heart of Inmost Light. I might do another build with that, honestly. So if you do like Arc 3.0 on Titan and you do want to see that more frequently, then definitely, you know, subscribe and turn on post notifications for when I do upload a build. More or less, there's not really much else to say. You guys see how it works, how it feeds into itself. You can definitely like swap out, you know, for contact cannon brace for like Heart of Inmost Light, but still keep like the same mods, heavy-handed and stuff, and you could probably be fine if you wanted to go. If you wanted to more go for like the straight damage versus instead of just having melee like back or consistently. That's the word. That's all up to personal choice. Whatever you guys think of this video and make for yourself is entirely up to you guys. I didn't think that would prop from there, and then I get immune. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going, and then I'll say my final thoughts at the end, and then that'll probably be it for the video. If they add like arc melees do stuff, because it's always like it's void grenades that are consistently overload, it's solar melees that are consistently unstop, and it's arc grenades that are also overload. They never do arc melees, void melees. They might have done void melees once. I think they did it once, but it's not like a returning thing or a frequent thing. And then arc melees they've never done, which I would have thought they would have done something with it, but they did they only did solar melees this season, which is interesting. But Solar 3.0 on Titan is still goated, and Solar 3.0 on Hunter is still pretty strong too. If you use like Ahamkara's Spine. But I'm not gonna make a build on that because there's already like 100 builds out there saying stuff like that. See, basically have my thing back. If I had like tier 9 or tier 10, I would have had it back probably immediately, but I still have it back now. Like that super quick recharge is what we like. I don't know if I have enough to break it. I might not. I don't. Unfort. Okay, I like it a little bit. See? I get them heavy-handed, and then I get the arc well from the kills, and that's basically it. So if you just chain it right, if you get, you know, more than like 2 or 3 kills, because I think it does stack, it's like up to a certain percentage, then you can get it back without Monte Carlo or like using a nade or anything, but just having it does make it, you know, more forgiving. So it's like, oh, I didn't kill 1 extra thing, so it's like, oh, you just, and then you get it back, which is nice. The forgiveness is always good. You know, this isn't a damage sword. I need another good sword that's like, that's solid for damaging. But it's like art, because we have guillotine, which is good, and then we have, what's the other thing? There was like a good solar sword that was good for damage, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Oh, it's Crown Splitter for Titans. I'm thinking of, so that's, wait, those are both void. I'm stupid. Kind of hoping it's this one actually, because that would be easiest. Damn it. Alright. Can I get through, please? Thoughts? Oh my lord. Alright, and now we wait. Some of the names of this game are pretty damn weird, but you know, it is what it is. Alright. I mean, obviously, you know, the melee isn't going to be good for crazy high damage, but I mean, it's a fun thing to use when, if you're doing like, say, since King's Fall just came out, if you're doing an all-arc run, or something like that, whatever it may be. You know, and if you're running this, you're clearly not going to be doing damage, you're doing just ad clear, so, which is why this is really okay. Yeah, that one I was in charge with light, so I didn't get it back. But then we throw that. And it gave me... Okay, it gave me a little energy. Then I got my melee back. Even though I might burn to death. I'm probably gonna burn to death. Or not, maybe. Oh yeah, it's unstopped shotgun. So you can actually run barrier shotgun. I mean, I don't have it on, obviously, but you can. This can actually work. Now that I think about it, you can do barrier shotgun, or unstopped shotgun, barrier auto rifle, and then overload grenades. You have all your champs covered. So this actually works in any, you know, with any champions. I completely forgot about unstopped shotty, which does make this actually a little bit better. Beautiful. Shit's on orbs. You'll love to see it. I just don't have the thing equipped because I have the other one. I mean, I know having the second momentum transfer does give like diminishing returns. I mean, that one gave me my melee like right back. Ow. But still. You have all your different champs covered, so that's not an issue. Like in Legend Nightfalls, this thing goes nuts. This is fun. It is pretty good. It is pretty solid, decent or single target damage. And having that the resistance is really nice. Wait, there's two threshers? I thought there was only one. Wait. Okay, you got it. Sweet. I was gonna say, I don't have... I'm saving mine for boss. See? 90% of my super. Just from 2 ads. Like... Easy. And then that time it missed. Okay. I'm gonna kill this guy, and I guess I'm just gonna sword him to death because I don't really have any damage. I mean, you could, like I said, you could run stuff like with Pugilist from this season. So you don't exactly need Monte Carlo as much, but that just needs kills for the energy versus just hits. So if you wanted to play it differently, you absolutely could. You could do like a pugilist volt shot of like, say, the scout. And then you could run like the hockey shotgun with 1-2 punch on it. Or something like that. Something along those lines would work. And it'd be pretty solid. He's almost dead, so I'm assuming. Alright. I mean, like I said, there's always things that can be improved. You can do the orbs for melee energy. You can do volt shots, so you don't have to do the grenades. Just various things to make this better. But this is still a pretty fun build, and once you get, you know, once you know the loop, that's what I'm trying to say, it's a lot easier to run and a lot easier to do. And it's a lot more consistent than anything, so. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for the video. Like I said, Twitch and Discord will be in the description below. And hope you do like and subscribe, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. And I will see you in the next one.